Crafter, welcome to part 2 of my mini series that I'm doing, and today I'm going to be showing you 5 strengthening exercises that every crocheter should do on a regular basis. Now, I have some health limitations, so I'm not able to do any kind of intense exercising right now in my life, but the good news is 4 of these exercises you can do sitting down. We only need to stand for 1 of them, and these are easy to modify, so that way whatever your ability and whatever your strength level is, you'll be able to get some of the benefits of these exercises. If you missed part 1, I posted that yesterday. Be sure to go check that out. I'll put a card up there, and then make sure you come back tomorrow for part 3, where I put together a routine with these strengthening exercises I'm showing today and the stretches from yesterday's video into a nice little about 5-minute routine that you can do every day to help you maintain good posture, build some muscles, and release some of the tension that we tend to get when we crochet. Again, I've got to put a disclaimer in this video. First of all, I'm not a doctor. I'm not licensed to teach this stuff for anything. This is just information that I've gathered from watching others online, reading about it, different things that I found have helped me. Secondly, before you start any of these exercises in this video, always consult with your doctor before you start any kind of health or exercise routine to make sure that these exercises are a good fit for you. And last of all, if you decide to follow these exercises, do so at your own risk. I'm not liable if you hurt yourself. Good news is you shouldn't hurt yourself doing these because these are very mild, low impact exercises, but I just gotta, throw that out there. All right, let's start building some muscle. This first exercise is going to help start building some of the back muscles, because when we crochet, we tend to curl forward, but if we build back muscles, it will hold us in a seated, upright, good posture position while we crochet. So the first exercise is going to be a shoulder pinch, and I'm going to turn around so you can see what I'm doing. A shoulder pinch is just what it sounds like. We are pinching our shoulder blades together. Couple of things when we do this exercise. First of all, you don't want your shoulders riding up. You want to keep them down, back, and relaxed. Secondly, a good way to visualize this is imagine you have a pencil here at your spine, and you're trying to hold it between your shoulder blades. So squeeze your shoulder blades together, try to hold on to that pencil. And you can do this exercise as, short reps where you squeeze, relax, or you can do it where you hold it for an extended period of time. If you're having difficulties getting those muscles engaged, something that helps me is if I take my hands and turn them out to the side. That kind of helps me get those muscles engaged. I've got this chair back here, so I can't do it with the left side. But squeeze your shoulder blades together as if you're holding a pencil between them. Exercise number 2 is really similar to number 1. It's basically just a more advanced version of number 1. This is where we're going to squeeze our shoulder blades back together, and then we're also going to pull down as if we're putting our shoulder blades into a little pocket here on our back. And that's just going to engage some additional muscles. So squeeze together and pull down. Now this is one that I'm still trying to build up to be able to do better, because as you can see, I can squeeze them together pretty good, but I don't go very far down. So that's just one that I've got to work on building those muscles. And as you do these exercises, make sure that you are seated firmly, that your legs are shoulder blade width apart, your feet are planted firmly on the floor, and you're not putting any additional strain on your low back, that you're sitting with your core engaged. Kind of imagine a string pulling up through your spine, so you're sitting with good upright posture when you do this exercise. Exercise number 3 you might remember from elementary school PE classes, and these are arm circles. These are really simple. You can do these seated, and you can modify them for whatever your level of strength. So to do an arm circle, basically we put our arms out to the side, stretching out. My fingertips are stretched out. I'm trying to get that on the camera. There we go. Fingertips stretched out. Don't be leaning, I'm just showing you that I've got my arms stretched out. And we're gonna slowly go in circles. So draw little circles with your hands going forward. And keep track of how many times you go forward, because however many times you circle forward, you want to circle backwards the same number of times. And for starting, it's easiest to start with little circles, but as you do this and build up more strength, you can do really big circles to engage more muscles and just engage a wider range of motion. And again, if you go forward, go backward the same number of times. This will strengthen a lot of muscles in your forearm, in your upper arm, and in your chest and in your back muscles. And it will help us keep those engaged so we sit upright with good posture. Exercise number 4 is going to be doing some seated rows. And no, I don't mean like rowing a rowboat, but it's a very simple exercise, and we're gonna do a seated modified version because it's so much easier and you're less likely to put strain on your lower back. For this exercise, you will want a chair or some kind of seat that you can sit on. Again, make sure it's a good height for you, that you can have your legs shoulder width apart, feet planted firmly on the floor, and you're able to sit upright, not putting strain on your lower back, keeping your core lightly engaged, keeping your shoulder blades back and down, and sitting upright. Make sure you have a seat that you can maintain good posture. You may also optionally want some weights. You don't have to go crazy with the weights. You can even do this without weights while you're building up. And if you don't want to go out and buy weights, you can use water bottles, or in this case, I'm using Gatorade bottles. I'm going to show you this exercise kind of a modified way, doing one arm at a time, and this is the way you can maximize support to minimize strain. But if you're able to, you can also do them both at the same time. What we want to do is we want to bend forward. Now we don't want to curl forward. We want to keep our back straight and bend forward. You may be able to go way far forward. You may only be able to get to here. However far you are able to comfortably go, just go that far. You'll build up over time. Once we're leaning forward, you can use your arm that doesn't have the weight and support yourself by planting that hand and that arm on your lap. And then once you're seated comfortably forward, all we're going to do is just bring our elbow up and back. So this elbow, just point it that way, and you'll feel your triceps engage. You'll feel your back engage and shoulder blades. And just do a number of reps. Same process on the left-hand side if we're doing one at a time. Just this time we'll have the weight in our left hand, lean forward and support ourselves with our right hand, and then pull back. If you don't need the one hand supporting you on your lap, you can of course do both weights at the same time. Bend forward, keeping your back straight, and don't turn your head or look up, just look. Just keep it all straight and lined up, and then pull your elbows back. Make sure though as you're doing this, you're not letting your shoulder blades rise up. Keep them back and down, and engage those back muscles. Our fifth exercise is another one that's going to help strengthen our back, strengthen our arm muscles, and basically we're doing push-ups, but we're doing wall push-ups because these little weak arms, they can't do real push-ups. So wall push-up is really similar to a normal push-up. You're gonna place your hands firmly on the wall, about shoulders width apart, and you can step further in, and this will be easier to do. Or you can step further back, and the further back you go, the harder this becomes because you'll be pushing back against more of your own weight. So for beginning, I like to just start arms width away from the wall. And as it sounds, we're just gonna do a push-up. So lean in. You can make your nose touch the wall if you want, and then push back with an exhale. And that's all there is to a wall push-up. And you can do several reps of these. And as you build up, you can step further back to get a more intense exercise. Oh yeah, definitely feeling that one. Definitely a little harder when you step back. But for starting, just stand upright and go as far forward as you can comfortably push back. You want to feel just a little bit of a strain so you're working those muscles. So there you have it. Those are 5 exercises that every crocheter should do to strengthen their muscles so that way they can crochet with better posture. Make sure to come back tomorrow for the routine where I put these exercises and the stretches from yesterday's video all together into a nice little routine that you can do every day to relax your muscles and build strength so you can have better posture when you crochet. But I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Happy crafting! Y'all, look, I have no eyebrows because the little focus box is right on my eyebrows. I'm gonna edit this and try to put this on me because it looks really weird. I was like, something does not look right and my forehead looks really tall, but if I do that, there we go, now I'm not lined up with the box. That really threw me there for a second.